Coming up next on Mental Health Matters with Marty, it's time to breathe. Stay tuned. What's up, everybody? Hey, come on in the room. Come on in the room. Happy Monday. It is Monday with Mental Health Matters with Marty, and the sun was shining and so was the rain pouring. Someone get Tony on the line and tell them they lied when they said it never rains in Southern California, because, baby, it was pouring out here today. But we are so glad that you're with us, and I am Martina Sellers, your mental health hygienist and your host of the Mental Health Matters with Marty show. Hey, coming to you live and in living color. What y'all think about my hat? Trying something new. What's going on, everybody? Hope you are doing well and that you are living your best life. That's why I love that song that simply says, enjoy your life, as we open and close every program. How you doing? Listen, let us know you're listening. Listen, we need your help in getting this authentically out there. Like and share. What's up, Mr. Joseph? So glad that you are with us. Listen, Lucretia, how you doing, baby? Hey, thank you for that. We're trying something new out here. Hope that you are doing well. Listen, if you are in the Southern California region, out here, even in the IE, baby, let me tell you something. It poured and we got hail. Now, I grew up in Ohio. Southern California folk don't know what real snow is, and they were going out there, it's snowing, it's snowing. I was like, that's just hell, y'all. That's just hell. But listen, thank you so much. We love you out there. Listen, we want this to grow. How do we get this to grow? We ask that you share this authentically, that you invite those in. Come on in the room. We're letting some people come on in here. Y'all come on and show up. Listen, thank you, Joseph. We are trying something new in 2021 because we are living our best lives. And I don't know about you, I feel better this week. And we're going to talk about that. The purpose of this show today is to talk about how we can breathe. But let me just remind you, as always, our caveat on there. This show, Mental Health Matters with Marty, is designed to be a supplement to your mental health journey. And again, this is an educational tool, a psychoeducational tool. And what do we say that for? Because we don't want this to be a substitute for therapy. We don't want this to be a substitute for anything that you're doing, but a supplement to that. So if you're experiencing any type of psychiatric or medical emergency, please seek your nearest medical emergency urgent care, dial 911, but always tune in to the Mental Health Matters with Marty show. Why? Because we want to help you. We want to help stop the stinking thinking that has been plaguing our communities far too long. Why? We want you to speak up, speak out, and live. Listen, Alana, hey, how you doing? Looking like Neo. Hey, I need Neo's money. How about that? We trying to do what we can out here. But y'all, I am so excited about this series coming up. This is the last Monday in January. Can you believe it? We are about to hit February, and we are so happy about it. Listen, I'm doing a series talking about, and for Black History Month, talking about superheroes and superheroes within our communities. And because we have been doing this pandemic, I want to honor those therapists. I want to honor those who are frontline workers, our doctors, our nurses, and those are educators. Why? Because they have been doing the deal for the past almost a year now, day in, day out, tirelessly on there helping out our community. And too often we don't celebrate our own communities. So listen, how can you help celebrate this? Type in some people in the comment section that need to join us tonight. We want you to be a part of what we're doing. And listen, if you know some heroes, some true heroes in our community that you want to honor as well, we want you to type their names in next week as well. I want to make this real big. We have so many great people from across this nation. We have to celebrate our own. We have to, as our grandmother says, it's a poor dog that won't wag its own tail. And the month of February, we're going to be blickety black and do everything we can to share and support and to honor those who are doing the damn thing. Yes, I said who are doing it day in and day out, who are seeing patients in therapy, who are seeing patients in the urgent care, who are seeing patients in their hospital rooms, who are definitely seeing their students, who are helping out parents, who are helping us keep our sanity in this. Why? Because we have to keep and do what we can. And that's how we come together as a unit. So I want to salute all of the superheroes in our lives who are out there making sure that our community stays healthy and stays strong. So yes, that's what we're doing, y'all, in the month of February. So I am so glad. Listen, we want to talk about today a topic that's near and dear to our heart. Listen, I don't know about you. I was able to breathe and exhale on this past Wednesday. Yes, and everyone that I've talked to, those of us in our communities of color, I don't know. I just felt a weight lifted. I felt a burden, not that it's gone away, but you know what? A burden lifted, a weight that fell off. An anxiety that has begun to decrease, stress that began to lower in that. And you know what? Our inauguration, y'all, salute and hats off to the women, because this was about the year of the woman, because the women were standing up and, as I say, speaking out, speaking up so that they could live. And we have to, I'm so proud of what Kamala Harris and who she represents. You know, she may not be everyone's first choice, but you know what? We were in 4 years of what I felt as a black man, of 4 years where I was a target in this community, in our societies. Yes, I may have a job. Yes, I may have my own business. Yes, I may have, but you know what? I still felt like I was a target in so many ways, and my anxiety was high throughout these past 4 years. And because I was a target, because I felt like the government was not supporting us, I cannot help to say I had felt the anxiety. Keith, I'm trying to be like you, my brother, out there in Kansas. You know, y'all can wear those hats out there. So I'm trying to bring the Southern gentleman that came out and my Midwest charm to come out, y'all. But you know, talk to me. Today we want to have a conversation about what you felt and how you felt about that. So that we can definitely make sure that we are feeling healthy in that. My engineer is talking to me a little bit. I don't want to clip out on y'all, so that's what we're doing. How did you feel? How did you feel when the inauguration finally took place? What were you going through? A lot of us were very anxious. I don't know if I was watching it. My eyes were glued to it because I did not want anything. And I was praying, y'all. We didn't want anything bad to happen, because just 2 weeks prior, there was an insurrection at the Capitol. But now we had this. We were changing shifts of the guards in that we were changing our political stance. You know, everyone wants this nation to be great, but let's be honest, this nation has not always portrayed greatness to those of us who are the perceived less advantage and the perceived disadvantage. Y'all, I'm saying, listen, nothing is disadvantage on me, because I walk with hope. I walk with pride. I'm not going to allow the outward circumstances to determine my outward and my future in that. Yes, Lucretia, I'm with you. Proud and relieved. Yes, this was a proud moment, and this was a proud moment for all women, for black women, for Hispanic women, for white women. This was a proud moment, and a proud moment that is going to be etched in history. What else were you feeling during this time? Yes, for black women, I think this was a proud moment because you broke that glass ceiling that said you can only hit so high in that. But through Kamala, she is definitely letting black women and young girls all across the entire world. We saw it 4 years ago and 8 years ago, 12 years ago with President Obama. T. Edwards says, many emotions, happy and proud. Yes, I'm so glad. Listen, ladies, this lets you know that you too can rule and not rule, but help govern this body called the United States of America. And I'm so glad when we're looking at also the diversity of his cabinet. I'm with you with that. It definitely was a time to breathe. Thank you, Paula. We're trying something new out here and everything. Listen, but let me hear from you, from all of you. Ladies, ladies, what were you feeling? I'm speaking to the ladies in that. But Thomas, what were you feeling? How did we feel? It was a time, and I have family and friends, thank you, my brother, who live in the D.C. area. And I don't know about you, just the anxiety, because they were seeing the National Guard are all around. They were living in the fences that were placed up to protect our government as that was trying to happen. Robert Miller says, proud of our women. I believe it's time for them. Men have messed it up so much, and I think it's time for women. I love that. Thank you, Robert. It is time for women. Thomas says, I am blessed to see history. Yes, we are. I feel hope. I love that. Yes, we do feel hope in that. And you know, like I said, I was driving down the street, and I can say for the first time, maybe in 4 years, when I thought about the state of our nation, Alana said she felt empowered. The women showed out. Yes, women, you did show out on so many levels, and you showed out in the right way, not in a negative way. You showed out to say, this is the example of how we should do this. You showed out in a way that says, we're going to set a new standard in how we do this. Yo, we have a lot of work to do. The struggle is not over. It says it opened up the doors for our young people of color that they can achieve anything. Thomas, I'm right along with you that we can come through with that hat. Come on, James Tracy. You know, I'm trying, brother. I'm trying. Much love to my brother up in Northern California. Yes. But you know what? And that's why I'm scrolling on that. It's time for us to just breathe. Come on, do it with me. Inhale and exhale. Yes, doesn't that feel good? Let's do that again. Come on. Inhale. Hold it and exhale. Yes. That's a mean hat. Jerome, brother, we just trying to do it. The DMV has a sense of calm now. That's amazing. We do have a sense of calm now. I love it. Breathe. That's it. Breathe. And I came on here today to tell you, breathe, people. Breathe. It's okay to breathe. It's okay to live in this moment. It's okay to say everything may not be right, and we have a lot of work to do. But I can, say it with me, breathe. We can breathe. I give you permission to inhale. I give you permission to exhale. I give you permission not only to breathe, but more importantly, to live. We have to live. We have to live our best life. We have to, although if you're seeing DC, we're seeing the fences and all that's put up. But we also have permission to tear what is necessary down. That is why I need you on. Robert, I'm trying, brother. I'm trying to get there on Thursday. We try to do everything we can. But in that, we need permission to breathe. We need permission to say, although I'm not okay, I'm taking breaths right now. And that feels good. I'm here. I'm with you, Paula. We have to take time in this moment to breathe. We can't worry about tomorrow because tomorrow has too many worries all in itself. I can't worry about the past because that'll lead me to go back into depression. But what I can do is breathe right now. Give my brain permission to get the necessary oxygen that it needs in order to cope with the day in and day out tasks that we have. Breathe. So I want to share with you, and I'm not going to be before you long, y'all, tonight, just what I'm calling 10 tips in order to just breathe, to inhale and to exhale. And what are those? Number one, here's the first thing we have to do. Acknowledge your feelings. And that's what I was having you to do tonight. Acknowledge, what were you feeling at the moment of inauguration? What are you feeling now? Like I shared earlier, I started to feel a renewed hope in humanity. Yes, inhale the positive, exhale the negative. Come on, that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm talking about. Acknowledge your feelings, and in that, yes, acknowledge that you might feel overwhelmed. Acknowledge that you're dealing with some depressive, negative, intrusive thoughts. Acknowledge that, but also acknowledge that, you know what, a weight has been lifted. Come on, that scene from the Titanic where she's standing there and just letting her hair and standing at the tip of that. We have to imagine that in our minds. Listen, let it go. Acknowledge, you know what? I'm going to live in this moment and this moment only. Yes, and it's all right. Live in this moment, y'all. Not only do we need to acknowledge our feelings, we need to, number two, we have to focus on a task or events that you can control. There's so many things in this life that we have no control over. I cannot control what happens at the executive level. I cannot even control what happens on the level with our House of Representatives and also the Senate. I can't control what happens on the judiciary level. I cannot control what happens on the state level. And oftentimes I can't even control what happens on the city level. But what I can do is control what happens in my house. I can control what happens to me. I can control by lobbying on a local level. And I can control to make sure that I'm going to pursue happiness. Sean says, your feelings are valid. Yes, to get the victory, you must understand that you are responsible for yourself. Exactly. I cannot be responsible. Now, I can hold other people accountable. That's different, but then making sure that I am responsible for me, myself, and I. Dun, 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 dun. Just me, myself, and I. Hey, we need to play that one. As I'm responsible for me, myself, and I hold you accountable, but I'm only responsible for me. See, we have confused accountability with responsibility. I hold you accountable. I hold myself accountable, but I'm only responsible. Come on, I'm talking good now for myself in that. So we got to focus on those tasks, those events that we have that we are in control of. The third thing that we can do in this, y'all, is connect with family, friends, or a space the space to ground and support you. That is so important, that we connect in this time of physical distancing and remaining physically distant. We still have to connect emotionally. We still have to connect spiritually. We still have to let our synergies connect. And too often we have stressed this physical distance, social distancing. No, we need to physically distance while remaining socially connected with it. The brim, wow, man, we are trying in that, y'all. I'm trying something new. Thank you so much, y'all. Loving that you're loving this hat. We're definitely doing that. Curtis, so good to see you. Where have you been? How you doing out there? Listen, but stay connected. Stay connected. Stay connected. Stay connected. Stay connected. Why? Because we were created for fellowship. We were created for connection. And there's so many articles out there, y'all, and that's out there. And I sent one to my staff today talking about how lack of hugs has caused a lot of distress during this pandemic. We were created for the hugs. We were created for the physical touch. That can in itself ease our anxiety. I'm going to challenge you. For those who can, those who live with family members, hug on those family members. Those of you who are alone, listen, hug yourself. Encourage yourself. Learn to say, you know what? I may not have anyone here, but I'm going to love on myself because I am worth it. Hug on yourself, y'all. Don't give up on yourself. I need to wear my shirt tonight that says, I am enough, because you are enough. And remind yourself that you are enough. Sit yourself, ground yourself. And what do I mean by grounding myself? What I mean by when I say grounding yourself, I mean take some time to get to know yourself, quiet everything around you, and love on you. because it's so important. Amen to that. I miss hugging my sister. Yeah, Roderick, I know you do. I miss that too. Hug on your peoples at your home. Yes, come on. We have to. If this pandemic has taught us nothing else, is the importance of loved ones, and stop waiting until it's too late to tell someone that you love them. Listen, let me start off by saying this. I love each and every one of you, whether I know you personally or you are my virtual family. I love you. And I want you to know that I do this out of love for you. Why? Because I want you to live your best life. I want you to stop suffering in silence in the shadow of shame. I want you to stop living and not living for yourself, but living for other people. Listen, as you live for yourself, it'll encourage you to live for others. But most of us got this wrong. We want to live for others and not live for ourselves. We got to do that. Stay connected. In that. I love that. Let's put it that no man is an island. You're absolutely right. No man is an island in that. But we have to learn to love ourselves. So as we do that, number 4, what's the next thing we need to do in this, y'all? In just breathing, it's a monitor your media and social media presence. We have allowed that to overwhelm us. We have to learn to know when enough is enough, when to close the iPhone, when to close the Android, when to turn off from social media, when to say, you know what, I've watched enough CNN, I watched enough ABC, I watched enough CBS, NBC, Fox, whatever your news choice is, turn off sometime and get in touch with yourself. Stop allowing others to influence you so much, especially social media, y'all. Let me give you a little secret. Those who you think are successful in social media, many of them aren't. Why? Because I'm seeing them as clients myself, because they're not getting the likes that they used to, and it's devastating them. Listen, don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Many of them take 30, 40 an hour to get the right shot to make you believe that they're doing much better than they are. That's the honest to God truth. Listen, create your own wealth, create your own image, create yourself, believe in yourself, because that's what you're going. And then do what? Just breathe. Sean says, be intentional about how you take care of yourself. That is so true. We have to be intentional. If you don't know how to love yourself, how in the hell is anyone else going to learn how to love you? Let me say that once again. If you don't know how to love yourself, why are you putting expectations on other people? Because they're only following the lead that you give them. We expect other people to treat us better than we treat ourselves. People are only going to treat you to the level that you expect of yourself and expect of them to treat you. Yes, self-love is great love. Come on, Pastor Sean. Bishop, you're talking. This is what we have to do. Irving, my brother, how you feeling? Good to see you out there, Irving. Most definitely. It all starts within us. You're absolutely right. It starts within us. And let me say that as it starts within us and you're focusing on monitoring what your social media is, listen, if you're going to follow people, follow the right people. There was a challenge, and I love this challenge. I challenge you, I double dog dare you. Start unfollowing people. Start unfollowing all those who are the Instagram. I'm gonna say it this way: all the Instagram hoes, all the Instagram thoughts. Stop following them, and start following those people who are speaking life into you. Want a friend? Show yourself friendly. That's right. If you want a friend, first be a friend. Stop following all those that you're trying that are negative influences in your life. I dare you to unfollow those that you know are about nothing, but start following those that you want to be like for real. Those who are speaking life into you. Stop wasting your time on all those who are showing nothing but booty pictures, breast pictures, and all these other things that's trying to make it. Baby, it ain't worth all of that. Follow those who are in alignment with your walk and your purpose. Come on, that's right. We got to follow those who are in alignment. Choose ye this day whom you will follow. Come on, and it will add value into your life and purpose. That's right. That's right. We have to. Mama always said, birds of a feather, what? Flock together. Who's in your flock? Come on now. Please upload this onto your YouTube pages so that I can share and encourage you. Yes. If this is on my Miss Paula, it is on my YouTube. My YouTube is under Martinez Sellers, so you can definitely do that. With that, yes. Interest should follow. Interest should lead to investment. That's right. It should lead to investment. We need to. Who are you spending your investments in? Because whoever you spend your quality time in, that's who you're feeding. If you feed into negativity, you will be a negative person. So if you want to be more positive, if you want to make sure that you are thinking in the right way, you have to surround yourself with the right counsel. Come on, I'm talking now. If you want to be rich, you got to start hanging around rich folk. I'm not just talking about financially rich. I'm talking about mentally rich. I'm talking about spiritually rich. You cannot hang around poor folk and expect to be rich. Let me say that again. You cannot hang around poor folk. And I'm not just talking about financially poor. I'm saying that again. I'm talking about mentally poor, spiritually poor. Poor in their attitude and expect to be rich. That's an oxymoron, right? If you want to be rich, you got to align yourself up with those who are rich. Come on. Speak a daily affirmation that will empower you daily. Yes, with ordered steps to get you where God wants to place you. Come on. That's right. Order your steps, baby. A lot of says people become codependent on validation. Yes, we need to uplift ourselves. Yes, the Bible says what? Sometimes you got to encourage yourself. Say it again. That's right, Auntie. You got to encourage yourself. You can't hang around poor folk and expect to be rich. Listen, I'm trying to be a millionaire, and I'm trying to hang around millionaire folk because millionaire people, they got stuff. Listen, a millionaire will never tell you that they're a millionaire. They live like millionaires. They ain't got to tell it. Listen, if you are rich, you ain't got to convince somebody you're rich. You already know you're rich. Why? Because you check your own bank account. Rich folk don't let you know how rich they are. Why? Because they don't want you trying to steal their riches. Come on. I know I'm talking. See, too many of y'all flaunting like you're rich and you're poor. Not only you're poor, you're dirt poor. In that. So listen, rich people shop on floors that have a concrete. They don't necessarily wear all the red bottoms. They don't have to impress you that they're rich. Why? Because they're rich and they go into a store and can buy whatever they want, but they choose to budget their money carefully. Rich folk are about saving. Poor folks are about spending. Let me say that again. Rich folk are about saving. Poor folk are about spending. And too many of us have spent too much time investing in the wrong people at the wrong time and expected to be rich. Well, baby, you're going to always be bankrupt. Right. Why? Because you are investing in the wrong people and in the wrong things. Too many of us are mentally bankrupt and don't know how to get out. I'm here to tell you, file the mental bankruptcy report and go ahead and get you a therapist to pull you out of your bankruptcy and help you to get from lower ground to higher ground. See, you can never get the advantage as long as you're fighting from a place of disadvantage. Woo! Now that was good. You will never have the advantage as long as you're fighting from a lower level, from lower ground. You got to raise your thinking. You have to stop the stinking thinking and get on a higher playing field. Come on, I'm talking now. This is good. In order so that you change your mindset, change your financial status, change your mental status, change your spiritual status. But you got to make it to higher ground in order to do that. Whew, I don't know why I said all that, but it's speaking to somebody. Yes. Come on, what was that? Yes, too many of us have that $900 purse with $2 in it. Come on, I'd much rather have a $2 purse that you ain't gonna worry about trying to attack me and got $900 in that. Come on, take that to the bank. Right. Expect the best because you are the best. That's what I'm talking about, Alana. That was just number 4. I'm trying to get through this, y'all. Number five number 5. If this is speaking to you, let me know. Listen, focus on the present and let go of the past. The present is this: I am alive and I am well. The present is this: I'm breathing and I'm inhaling and exhaling. Yes, the present is this: I'm inhaling the good and my future, and I'm exhaling the bad and the burdens of my past. That's right. So I'm focusing on the now. I'm focusing on the present. I'm learning to say, you know what? I may not have my mansion, but I'm grateful for the house that I live in right now. I may not have my mansion. I'm grateful for the apartment I'm living in right now. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to prepare myself now. Listen, you cannot prepare to be a millionaire once you make the million. You have to prepare while you're in debt. You have to prepare with $10 in the bank. You have to prepare with what little you have now and start telling yourself, I may drive a Volkswagen Bug today, but I'm going to have a Lamborghini tomorrow. I'm not going to have the Lamborghini just to impress you. I'm going to have it because I can pay for it in cash. And with that, you have to start preparing your mindset now. Focus on the present and start striving toward the future. We got to forget the past. Let go of the past. Again, I'm going to tell you like Elsa from Frozen, the baby. She gave you Frozen 1 and Frozen 2 to remind you, let it go. Too many of us are holding on to the past like that 100-pound bowling ball that you're taking everywhere, and you're worried and wondering why you can't run. You can't run and you can't hit your millionaire status. Why? Because you're too busy living in the past and not focusing on your present and aiming towards your future. Pam, love you. Just, I'm grateful I'm not living on the street. Come on. You got to learn how to, like Pam is encouraging us, take care of what you got, in order to get where you're trying to get to. Amen. Lord, prepare me to be a saint. But don't you preach up in here. Don't you preach, boy. I ain't got time for that. Listen, lay aside every weight. See, y'all coming in here with the word of God. Y'all trying to play me tonight. Yes, come on now. Why? Because we have to prepare, learn to appreciate what I have now. I may not be eating filet mignon today, and it might be a little bit of a tough steak, but babe, I'm going to put the tenderizer on it and thank God for what I have now and start preparing my palate for the millionaire status. Yes. And why? But doing that, what am I doing? I'm focusing on the present. Come on, somebody, and letting go of the past. I'm trying to move on. I really am. Number 6. Come on, Daryl. We go do this. Opt out of unproductive conversations. I'm about to hang up on y'all right now. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Mental Health Matters with Marty. But listen, we need to opt out of unproductive conversations. Listen, in 2021, I'm not going to argue with a fool. Let me say that again. In 2021, y'all, I'm not going to argue with them. Listen, you be foolish, and you be foolish all by yourself. Because if you argue with a fool long enough, you'll become one. So I don't have time for unproductive conversations. I don't have time. If you want to live in negativity, you stay in it, because that's unproductive to me. And if I hang around you too long, I'm going to start thinking negatively. It took me too much to get out of that broken past. It took me too much to let go of the trauma in my life. It took me too much, and I had to work way too hard to climb out of that pit of despair and depression to allow your unproductive behind drag me back down in that barrel of complaint and resentment. Listen, I've come too far to turn around now. So I'm going to let go of all the unproductive conversations. I'm letting go of all the unproductive friendships. I'm letting go of anything that is not propelling me into my future. I got to let it go for my own sanity. It's not even about you, boo. It's about me. It's not even about what you want. It's about what I need. And I need peace. I need prosperity. I need productivity. I need the promise. So I got to let go of your complaining past, because you are no longer in fact, you are not even in my circle any longer. I got to push you on out to the outer rim. And just when I see you, I got to cross the street and wave to you from afar, because baby, I'm abandoning you. You don't even have to abandon me, because love don't live here anymore. In Frozen 2, she spends the movie looking for what she believes is another person, what another person is like her. But she discovers that she was looking for, ooh, come on, Trisha, herself and the purpose that was waiting for her to discover. Now, that's the truth. Too many of us are looking for purpose outside of ourselves, and you are the purpose. Come on. You are the breath of hope. You are everything you need. Why? Because God has already placed everything he needs in you for your success and your prosperity. Peace is the way to walk. Peace. Come on. Come on. Come on. I need everybody that needs a little bit of peace. Come on and say, peace, be still. And whether it's this peace or I got to carry my peace, I'm going to have some peace. Come on, somebody. Oh, wow. Pam, love you too. Listen, that's what this is all about. So that you get your Monday shot of peace. You get your Monday shot of hope. Pastor Bishop Sean says we need to talk about emotions as a second language. That's right. Emotions are your second language. Why? Because your emotions are not facts. Let me say that again. Your emotions and feelings are not facts. They can sway you. Come on, peace, be still. That's right. But they are not facts. We need to push past the emotions and get to the truth of the matter. In other words, I said, put your emotions on trial. Is this the right emotion for what I'm feeling? Y'all, I'm getting hot in this hat. I was trying to stay in there, but whoo, is this emotion the right emotion for this situation? Is this emotion, does it match where I'm trying to head? Because if this emotion is pulling me down, if this emotion is not pushing me in the right way, I got to lay aside that emotion and get past that and keep pressing to what I need. That's why you need to have a vision, mission, and goals for yourself. Why? Because when emotions try to hinder you as the second language, we can go back to the first language, which is our purpose. We can go back to the first language, which is our passion. We can go back to the first, but you can only discover that if you spent time with self. Ooh, baby, we talking today, y'all. We talking. Yes. Now, where we at, Daryl? Number 7. Yes, 7. You got to take care of your basic needs: eating, sleeping, exercise, self-care, work. You got to take care of the basic needs of your everyday life. Why? Because I matter. I matter. See, when you make you a priority, when you make sure, baby, I got to get off this phone because I need my rest. I got a rough day ahead of me. You know, I'm going to ignore that text message because it's not even worth me getting into. Listen, y'all, I love you, but I got to go. When you learn to take care of your basic needs of your life and you make you a priority, other people will respect it. In other words, you need to put boundaries on yourself in order to have the type of life you are trying to achieve. Listen, millionaire status just does not happen haphazardly. If you're going to have a millionaire mindset, oh, I love that. Write that down there. We're going to do a series on millionaire mindset. If you're going to have a millionaire mindset, you got to first learn to put boundaries on yourself. Come on. I love that. If you're going to have a millionaire mindset, you got to first put boundaries on yourself. You got to love yourself. Listen, millionaires don't hang out with just ordinary people. There are some people that they will say, you know, love you, but I'm going to give you to somebody else because you're not in my league. You got to look at the people that are surrounding you, that's in your life. Are they in your league? Not that you're looking down on them, but there are some people that are not ready to hang out with you. They're not in your league. So in other words, in taking care of your basic needs, you'll learn how to say, baby, you're not in my league because I got to eat right. Baby, you're not in my league. I got to get the proper amount of sleep. And listen, the older I get, I got to get sleep and eat right and get that exercise in. Why? Because I need my mind to stay fresh. By doing that, what am I doing? I'm feeding my mind. I'm giving myself permission to focus on this moment. And in this moment, Marty needs rest. In this moment, Marty needs the proper food. And in this moment, Marty needs the proper exercise. Yes. Paula, millionaire mindset with boundaries on yourself. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, having a millionaire mindset as to make sure we are doing what we need to do. I'm almost done, y'all. I'm not going to bore you any longer with this tonight, but I hope you've been enjoying this. The eighth thing that we need to do that I'm saying, listen, volunteer with a worthwhile cause. Find that thing that's going to give you purpose. When you learn to give to those who are less fortunate than you are, it also gives you, like we were just saying, that millionaire mindset, because it's going to hold you accountable, because you're going to be mentoring and feeding into other people. And as you feed into other people, you will begin to hold yourself accountable to that millionaire mindset. I always say it like this. You got to say it every day until you believe it. And then you move from saying it to believing it, and then you believe it enough until you live it. Let me say that again. You say it enough till you believe it. You believe it enough until you live it. And that's how we begin to live our best life. So find an organization. Find something that you can volunteer at, even if it's once a month. Maybe it's once a week. Whatever that is, you're feeding your soul in doing that, because you're reminding yourself that you have a purpose and a cause to give back to. The next thing, yes, volunteer is good for the soul. Paula, you're absolutely right. And Paula is the queen of volunteer, y'all. Listen, if you don't know Miss Paula Williams, you need to know her, because she is doing a mighty work in Connecticut. And I appreciate her. Why? Because she gives from the heart. And she gives, and giving, listen, I'm going to say it like old school, y'all. Y'all done got me churchy now. You can't beat God giving. The more you give, the more he's going to give back to you. Yes, just keep on giving, because it's really true. You can't beat God giving, no matter how hard you try in that. So grateful for that. Wipe the left side of, oh, thank you. One of these. Thank you. My producer always giving me cues and all that. Did I get it? Thank you very much. I don't know. Okay, we good now. Yes, we having fun, y'all, in this. Number 9, utilize, Paula, you're most welcome. Utilize some self-care apps. There are some amazing self-care apps out there in that. And we're going to drop the link into the discussion section with that. But there's some major ones in there that's going to help remind you to breathe. That's going to help lower your anxiety. That's going to help you get along your way. Organization is so key to self-fulfillment. And when I say self-fulfillment, I'm not saying that in a selfish way. See, we have too often thinking that if I'm going to focus on myself, then I'm being selfish. I'm saying the complete opposite. You are being self-full. And we have to learn to be self-full in this walk. You cannot help anyone else until you learn to help yourself. So these self-care apps are so good. And I encourage you, find you 2 or 3 self-care apps that you can utilize in order to help yourself go to the next level in your life with that. And finally, the 10th and final thing that you can do is breathe. 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 It's okay to breathe. I give you permission to breathe. I give you permission to inhale and exhale. It's okay. We're in this moment right now. And we need all of you to be the best version of you in order that we might not just change this world, but that we impact this world. How do we do that? By breathing, breathing, breathing. Yes, Paula Mama's enjoying this. So glad that she is enjoying this. Amen. I hope that you have been so encouraged by today's episode of Mental Health Matters with Marty. I wanted just to come on and have this one-on-one time with each and every one of you. I so love you so much and so proud of you. Thank you. You could have listened to any other Facebook Live show. There's so many out there, but I'm glad that you chose this one. Just, if to do nothing else, to breathe with that. So again, thank you. Again, I'm Martina Sellers, your mental health hygienist. Please check out my website at mentalhealthmarty.com. We have some new amazing merchandise on there to help you along this spiritual and this mental health journey in life. Y'all, please like and share this with other people. I would be honored if you would do that. We only grow organically. And this coming Wednesday, I'm going to be dropping a new episode of Mental Health Matters with Marty podcast. And I would love for you to check it out, listen to it, and share it. And become an I Matter member by texting I Matter to 855-717-1272 to get all the exclusive latest information about what we're doing. And as I shared at the top of this show, Black History Month is coming up. And in the month of February, we are going to be saluting our Black history mental health superheroes and those frontline workers, because they are our superheroes who've helped us to survive and make it during this pandemic. It's been a rough year, y'all, but we've made it, and we are so grateful for that. Thank you so much. Listen, I love each and every one of you. God bless you all. Trey, good to see you, brother. Auntie, good to see you. And with that, know that, again, I love you. I appreciate each and every one of you. In this journey called life, I truly want you to breathe and live your best life. How do we do that? By taking one day at a time and breathing. Until next week, God bless. Enjoy your life.